All right, guys, welcome back. I'm Laura Wilkie with Down Home with Lemon Pie, and we are packing for our big RV adventure. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're brand new to my channel, I'm a Christian stay-at-home homeschool mom. I have 7 kiddos and my husband works from home, has his own business, and we are taking a giant leap of faith and are moving to an RV. But before we can do that, we need to get packed. And we're kind of trying to decide what to take, what to store, and what to get rid of. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you guys through some of the choices that we have made for our personal family. So let's talk about furniture. Furniture, we don't really have a lot of nice furniture. We have 7 kids, so we have more like cheap furniture that's not real expensive. It's not especially special or important to us. We have a lot of stuff that is very worn from children and life, and so a lot of our furniture we are not keeping. We are choosing not to keep it. We are getting rid of a lot of it to people at our church or friends or family, just kind of giving it away because it's not things that we want to store because it's so big and bulky. But the pieces that we are keeping are those special pieces that are like the heirloom pieces. So we are going to choose to store those, but we're not taking furniture obviously in the RV. Okay, let's talk about bedding. Bedding, we are taking in the RV some of the kids' favorites. Since all 6 kids, we have girls and boys, are gonna be in one room, well, the 6 big kids, then we have a baby. So the 6 big kids are gonna be in one room. I wanted all of their things to match. So I have actually purchased new bedding and supplies for their room so that it all looks tidy and neat and goes together. However, they do have some of those special little loveys, so they are going to be taking those. Everything else that is not something that is heirloom, something that a special family member made for us or gave us or something like that, everything else we are getting rid of, and those special items, those heirloom quality ones, we are going to be keeping in storage. So for the kitchen, part of what you have to consider when moving to an RV is weight. And you need to consider that for all areas because the RV actually has a weight limit. So we can't take a lot of heavy stuff. And for the kitchen, that has been a little bit challenging for us. We use cast iron, we use stoneware, all of those big pieces that are actually fairly heavy. So deciding which ones to take and which ones to not take has been a little bit of a challenge. We are not taking any of our normal dishes like our plates or cups or glasses. We're not taking any of that. We're taking I think I'm going to take a couple coffee mugs, but that's it. We have transferred all of our stuff to Corel, which is the lighter weight version. It's also very thin, great for storage, and it doesn't break easily. So we are going to be doing that for the bulk majority of our plates and bowls. For water, we are getting the kids water bottles, so they'll all have their own personal water bottle, which will have a spot to store it, and that'll save us a little bit on cups. And then for cookware, we are going to go ahead and take our cast iron pans. We have several of them, so we're just going to take a couple that we use the most frequently. We are not going to take, I'm kind of sad, my cast iron Dutch oven. I do use it a lot, but it is crazy heavy, and the things that I use it for do not have to be used with that pot. So I'm going to use another pot for that instead and take that heavy one and put it in storage. Okay, we're also gonna put our stand mixer in storage. I love my stand mixer. I use it all the time. It is great. It's also extra large size, so it's great for our family. But for our adventure in the RV, it's just gonna be probably too heavy. So it is also going into storage because I do not wanna have to repurchase it later. That sucker is expensive. So we are going to put it in storage. Also, a lot of my favorite cookbooks are going to storage. I'm going to try to use more online recipes, and some that I have will be on paper or a couple cookbooks, but most of them are going to go into storage. Okay, and then we also found a neat little stacking set of mixing bowls with measuring cups on Amazon, so we're going to take that instead of our other bowls and things that we have in place of those pieces. So we are going to take just a few things, trying to kind of consolidate that. Okay, let's talk about clothes. For clothing, we are going to take this season and this size and the next season. So for our family, that means we're going to be taking summer and then fall, and I'm actually going to sneak in some winter stuff too. But that'll be it for the kids and for my husband and I. I am going to be getting rid of most of the other clothes. I have stored clothes for years and I'm going to get rid of them now. There's just no sense in continuing to store them over the course of however long we may be in the RV and being able to access them. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of them. The ones that I am going to keep are things like the longer shorts for my girls, longer skirts and dresses for my girls, because those pieces are like gold. You can't find them on a regular day. So I'm going to be storing those. Also, like special heirloom pieces that I just love. I'll be keeping those treasures, and anything that's fairly expensive, but maybe we don't use all the time, like leather jackets and things like that. All right, let's talk about homeschool. For our homeschool, we are going to be keeping in the RV everything for the current school year. I've planned it all out and brought it down minimal to very basics as far as supplies go, but we are going to be really scaling down just what we're going to need for this coming school year. All the things that are going into storage, obviously, if you've watched my channel for a while, you know all of my books are going into storage. I did get rid of probably 2 boxes that went to my kiddo's Sunday school teacher, but the rest of them are going into storage. Also, she got a lot of our craft supplies and leftover homeschool things, so she was excited about that. Specialty items, maybe expensive toys or things that are challenging to replace are going into storage. But most of our stuff is just going to be getting rid of. Extra craft supplies, experiments that we had purchased that maybe we did with the big kids but not with the little ones yet. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of that. Those things are easily replaceable. Sensory bin items, I'm getting rid of all of that. Homemade learning tools, I'm getting rid of those. Printables that I've printed, I'm getting rid of all of that. Basically all the things that we don't use on a normal basis, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of and store those special items and then put the rest in the RV. Okay, let's talk about toys. Toys is a big one because I feel like there are always so many toys. And the ones that we're going to take are the current favorites. I purchased a couple cool things for them to store them in, and that's where they're going to be. Anything that doesn't fit in those bins, I have some kind of like a toy rotation planned that is going under the RV in what they call the basement. And in there, we're going to have all of the other toys for the kiddos that they may want to rotate. I've actually even got those like in baggies inside the boxes. So that will really help us with organization and keeping kind of order in this journey. Okay, so toys we're going to store. We are going to store all of those toys which are favorites that are expensive. Do you see a theme? Heirloom, favorites, and expensive are the things that we're storing. So we're going to be storing our train table, the kids' dollhouse, They have a doll house. That was mine when I was a little girl, and they have a Barbie house, so we're going to store both of those. We're also going to store all their Playmobil things because those suckers are expensive, and same with Legos. They are too expensive, so we are not going to trash them. We're going to store all of that. Cheap toys, dollar store stuff that's easily replaced, things they don't play with very much. Fluff toys. Have you ever heard that? Fluff toys, like things that, like the dollar store stuff, or things that are just, all of that is going to be getting rid of. Anything they haven't played with recently or shown interest in recently, and all the trend toys, things that maybe when we get our stuff out of storage, if that's a year, if it's 2 years, whatever that may be, things that maybe they won't even be interested in anyways, and we'll have stored them for no reason. So all of those things are going to be getting rid of. Okay, let's talk pets. We are taking in our RV a dog and a cat. So we have to have pet stuff. I just have like a duffel bag, and it's actually cheetah print so that I know that's the one for animals. And inside of it, I have all of our animal things. I have their brushes, their shampoo, their flea control, their heartworm stuff, their ear cleaner. Our dog has little sweaters, their leashes, their poop bags, their harnesses, all their things are in this one bag, and it goes under the RV. We're not going to keep our large kennels because I don't think we are, because my husband has built-in kennels into the RV. So we're going to use those. And I feel like kennels are fairly easy to find and replace. We do have 2 fairly large ones, and they do fold up pretty small. So if we need to keep them, we can. It's not going to take up a lot of storage space, but I think we're probably at this point going to be getting rid of them. Okay, let's talk about yard tools. Yard and tools. So not yard tools, but both of those. The yard, things for the yard, and tools that my husband uses for work. Things that he uses regularly, we will be taking in the RV. Expensive ones we are going to store, especially if they're new and in good condition. Ones that are older, even if they're expensive or aren't in great condition, or are easily replaceable, we are getting rid of all of that stuff. So our kiddos are actually having a garage sale. You'll have to follow along. I will post pictures and probably a short video of that. And we told the kiddos that anything that we're getting rid of, they can add to their garage sale, and that can be their money, their spending money to share for this journey, this adventure. So I don't know how much they're gonna make, or if very much at all, but it'll be fun for them and a learning experience. So we're kind of going through this together. We're learning along the way. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what else we need to pack and what we need to store. It's a huge journey, but we are getting there. And I thank you guys for coming along and enjoying it with us. Please pray for us, and we will see you in the next video.